Hi and welcome to my Python YouTube channel. It's awesome to have you here. If you like this video, a thumbs up would be great. And make sure to subscribe for future videos. I also have a blog at prosperocoder.com with lots of cool stuff, so feel free to check it out. Here's another video in the series on functions in Python. If you haven't watched the previous videos, feel free to do so. Here they are: Introduction to Functions, Functions with Parameters, and the Return Statement. Today we'll be talking about mandatory parameters. You can also read the written version of this video on my Python programming blog at prosperocoder.com. The parameters that we've been using up to now are all mandatory parameters. It means that if we use them in the definition, we then must pass the same number of arguments to the function when we call it. Otherwise, we'll get an error. For example, here's the ordered function that we used last time, and it uses 3 parameters. Now let's see what happens if we pass a different number of parameters to it. Like, for example, 2. So, if ordered with 2 parameters, and now run. Well, as you can see, we get an exception. We can't run this program because we have this error: ordered missing one required positional argument, number 3. Fine. So, let's now pass 3 arguments, but let's use strings instead of numbers. So, something like this. Let's execute. A, B, and C are ordered. Well, so even though we pass 3 strings, it still works, because we can compare strings. As mentioned before, Python functions are polymorphic, which means we can use them with arguments of different types as long as the same operations are supported by the types. In this case, both ints and strings support comparison. Finally, let's see what happens if we pass arguments that can't be compared. Like, for example, 2 strings and an integer. Run. So this time we get an error. Less than or equal to not supported between instances of string and int. Good. So these are mandatory parameters, which means if we specify them in the function definition, we then must use them in the function call. So if here we have 3 parameters, we must have 3 arguments in the function call. Naturally, they only work if the arguments are of a type which is supported by the operations performed on the arguments. Okay, that's it for this video. If you like it, a thumbs up would be great. Also, make sure to subscribe for future videos. If you want to leave a comment or ask a question, you're welcome to do so. Thanks for watching.